Hey guys, MegaMayo here at Cadabra. We have some news. We may see the spoon bending middle evolution Pokemon back in the trading card TCG. Is it possible? What's going on? Let's find out. Okay guys, let's start looking at some Kababra cards that have been printed in the trading card game. Now there's only 6 that have ever been printed. I've got 3 examples right here in front of you now. I'll put a screenshot of the other 3 that I haven't got on the screen in a moment. But let's start with the base set Cadabra, which is the first Cadabra card that was ever printed. So it was really quite cool. I like the artwork on this one, and it was actually a very, very playable card because it used to be used in a Alakazam deck, which would be used to do damage swapping. So you just keep moving the damage around and just denying your opponent the option to knock you out. So it used to be quite a good deck back in the day. So this is the first one. For 3 energy you could do 50 damage, which was very good in the base set era, and recover for 2 energy, and you could just recover from attacks basically. And the only problem this did have is it only had a low HP, but it was perfect for the base set era. Beautiful card, very playable back in the day. Next one is the card which caused all of the problems, and this is Dark Cadabra. Now this, again, a very, very good playable card. If you look at the Pokemon power there, it's basically a draw card, like your Remroids or your Blitzels of the world. It's basically a really good draw support. Plus the Mind Shock attack was really good as well. So yeah, really good playable cards. Most of the Cadabra cards were really, really playable, really. But this is the card that caused all the problems, because in Japanese it almost translated to Evil Cadabra, and if you put Urigala's spelling next to the Japanese spelling of Cadabra, they're very close. I'll put them on the screen now. So all that basically was the start of the issue. Next we've got would be Sabrina's one. I'll put that on the screen in a minute, have a talk about that. But next we'll just move on to the one I've got in front of me here, which is from Expedition set, which is really cool. And again, another really playable card, Energy Recall. Attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to Cadabra. Really good for one colourless energy, brilliant. And Confuse Ray, so it's flip a coin, and you get confusion and you do 20 damage, so not too bad. As I can say, over the course of the years it didn't really gain too much HP, going from 60 to 50 with Dark Alakazam to 70 with this one here, sorry, not Alakazam, Cadabra. So if we put them all together here, his HP didn't shift much in the early years. But yeah, I'll go on to next, put some examples on the screen of the ones I don't have, and then we've discussed all the 6 cards that are printed of this Pokemon, and we'll go on to the news story. So next up is Sabrina's Cadabra. Now this is one of the few cards that I'm missing from a collection to finish this set off, and it's got 2 attacks. The first one's Life Drain, where you flip a coin if heads. A number of down encounters on the defending Pokemon, so this is remaining HP are 10. Now there's a whole deck around that you can build around this card, where you basically evolve up as quickly as you can into Cadabra, use Life Drain. It's basically an updated Raticate from base set's attack, and then all you need to do is retreat it to the bench, which is retreat cost is 0, so it's amazing, and you've only got to have a single Pokemon that can do 10 HP to knock out the defending Pokemon. So that's a really good first attack. Many decks were built around this idea, and the second attack, which wasn't really used much for back then, but it's Psy Shot, which is 30 for 3 energy. It's not too bad, and again it's 70 HP, so it's got a 10 HP more from its base set counterpart, and 20 HP more than the Dark Cadabra, so that's really cool. But again, another solid Cadabra card. So the next Cadabra up is the Vending Machine Cadabra from Japanese vending machines. We didn't get it over here in the UK, which is a shame because that would be amazing. But this one again has got 2 energy. We can see the attacks here with the translation. So we've got Energy Restore for 1 Psychic Energy, where we put a special energy card from your discard pile into your hand. Really strong, getting special energy back. It's one of the few things that back then you could actually retrieve your special energy. It'd be really cool if we had a Pokemon that did that right now. And second off, for the second attack, we've got Energy Shock, which is 2 Psychic Energy for 20. And if your opponent attaches an energy card to the defending Pokemon during his or next turn, that Pokemon becomes paralysed. So if you use this attack, it's really good, because if they haven't set up their Pokemon and they haven't got anything set up on the bench, just keep using Energy Shock, and it's going to hurt them to actually charge up their Pokemon. So really good card, like all of these. So the last Cadabra card ever printed from Skyridge back in 2003. Such a long time ago that was now, 17 odd years ago. Cadabra with another 70 HP, another solid HP there. It looks like he's standing somewhere like Stonehenge or something like that in the UK. Should be pretty cool if he was. And again, another 2 attacks. Nightmare for 1 colorless energy, 10, and the defending Pokemon is now asleep. That is amazing. And the second attack is Mind Shock. Don't apply weakness and resistance, so it's just straight 40 for 3 energy. Not the best, but still very nice to see. The artwork's really cool, as I say. And yeah, let's get on to this Urigala news. Okay, so we've got the news right here on the screen for us. I've drawn it in from a few different sources. Pause it if you want to just have a read through it yourself. Very optimistic. It looks like we could get a Cadabra card printed again, although it is still very vague at the very early stages. I don't think we're going to see one in the February set anytime soon, because obviously there's going to be a lot of things to unpack on Nintendo's end, because don't forget that this court case that he won way back well in 2000s, it stopped them printing a Pokemon card, so everything's got to be legally wrapped up. It's got to all go through all the solicitors and everything else. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of work on both Nintendo's end to bring this card back to us, but it's very hopeful by the looks of it. As I say, so it seems like it's a really nice time that he's apologised and everything else. So it's great that we could have the card back. As I say, it's going to take a long time for Nintendo to sort all this out, because obviously there's got to be make sure there's no further claims further down the line if he should somehow change his mind again or anything to do with that. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I think it's definitely a case for watch this space. I don't think it's going to come right back straight away anytime too quickly, because I say it's got to be done properly, as you could imagine. So I'm really hoping they do bring back Alakazam and the trio, so we can actually evolve one from the other to the other, even though we'll find some way of skipping, I'm sure, to stage 3s as you do. But it would be really nice to see it back. As I say, it's not over yet. As I say, he's reached out already, but we don't know what was in that letter. Obviously, he sent a letter off. We don't know what's in that letter. We don't know if he's going to have to be credited at the bottom of the card. We don't know if we have to change Cadabra's name slightly, with Urigala being within the title of it somewhere. We don't know all the facts just yet, but it's great. It's a stepping stone to where we need to be to get this card back into the trading card game. I'm looking forward to having it back. As I say, let's just watch the space and see how it all unfolds. Let me know down below what you think. How long is it going to be until we see a Cadabra card back in the TCG? I reckon it won't be anytime soon. I reckon we're looking at 6 months away, ideally, because Pokemon have already set out what they're going to do for the next set and everything else. So this is probably, and again, we don't know. This letter could have been sent out a month ago, 2 months ago, so it might be further down the process, and it might have been a bit of a time lapse to when he went public saying that he sent this letter off to him. So we don't know what the back channel chatter is between Nintendo and Urigala's representative people. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm really looking forward to this. As I say, thank you all for tuning in and staying to the end to see this video all about Cadabra. If you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and there's a buy me coffee link down below if you want to help support the channel as well. That would be amazing. But for me, I hope you all have a good weekend, and I'll see you all next time.